Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. I don't really know where to start. I'm not in my safe space. Normally in the Land Rover I can just rattle off an intro, good to go. However, I'm sat in my room in the block and I don't really know where to start, to be honest. As you can see in the background, I've got plenty of flags from all of my Hyrox endeavours. Now, I wouldn't say I've got OCD, but I really like straight lines and I like stuff to be nice and neat. And that behind me is... yeah, it's stressing me slightly. Maybe I just need to stop getting on the podium and then I could have them nicely, evenly spread out, but the wall space is not large enough for the amount of flags that I've got. Anyway, that was a bit of a punchy start. Yes, I like doing Hyrox and I've got a lot of podiums, but they've not come for free, that's come from hard work. So yeah, starting off as we mean to go on, this vlog is going to be very Hyrox focused. I've showed you lots of insights into work over the last few weeks. I'll try and inject a few of those into the vlog this week, but this week we are doing a simulation training. So the job that the students are here learning to do, they're going to do on a simulator. Obviously that mitigates loads of resource and having to get loads of vehicles and troops. They can do all the training on a computer, and then the progression from that is they're going to go and do that properly in a few weeks. So this 4-week package that we've been doing is coming to an end, and they will validate all of that training in March. But yes, this vlog is going to be very Hyrox. Now, as you can tell, I race quite a lot. 18 times is the amount of times I've raced in like the last sort of 15, 16 months, give or take. So, you know, averaging a lot of races. So my training changes depending on what the race calendar looks like. So if I don't have a race for a while, that's great. I'm in like a decent training block. And then in the lead up to that race, I'll then deload or I'll taper my training for that event. But when I'm racing a lot, you know, I can't just keep deloading all the time. What you will see there is a reduction in volume, whereas where I'd go from sort of 2 sessions today to maybe 1. That session will still have some intensity into it, but just a little bit less volume. So this weekend I am racing in Maastricht in the pro division. So it's a solo pro division. At the weekend I did a doubles, pro doubles, and then I did a mixed doubles with Zoe. So I'm going to do a pro solo this weekend. The last time I did a pro solo race was December in Stockholm, which went really well. There we go, there's a flag up there. Came third in my age category, 6th overall. That was a really big heat. The world champion was racing in there. There was a few elite 15 athletes. For those people that don't know what an elite 15 athlete is, it's basically like the top 15 athletes in Hyrox. At the minute, I think I'm 32nd or 33rd in the world with an average time of 58 something. I think it's 58.30, I can't remember off the top of my head. And then the elite 15 athletes, I think they average around 57.30 and then beyond. So that's sort of the gap that I've got to close if I want to break into that elite 15. So this weekend I'm racing in Maastricht just to see where I'm at again. Maastricht, typically, or not typically, I just know last time it was quite a quick course. Courses change. So I think with the way the rankings work in Hyrox at the minute, you've got to be really active. So that's the goal really, is to try and stay active whilst also getting in good training blocks. I talk a lot about a training block and what that looks like. A good solid training block would be about 12 weeks long. For me, that's been really inconsistent, to be fair, since I would say the summer. I was really fortunate before the summer to have a good block of training up until the World Champs. World Champs happened, got married, you know, honeymoon, got a new job, came down south, got ill, went away to do a challenge. All these little things essentially added up to having a good training block, but not the most optimal training block. I am going to drink some electrolytes and some creatine and some citrulline, and I'm going to go and hit the gym. The time is currently 9 o'clock bang on in the evening, so I've got to go in there and get this work done. Tonight is just a strength session, not a huge amount of volume in it, and then I've got a little wall ball finisher at the end because I need to get a grip of my wall balls ready for the weekend. It's not really like the squatting aspect of it, it's just hitting the target. My ability at the sharp end of the stick is like a little bit rusty, so being able to hit a target, we take that sort of skill for granted. If you aren't doing wall balls and you're not hitting the target, you're going to lose that element of specificity. I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the goal. Strength session into a wall ball finisher. get my range squared away, ready for the weekend. Saturday morning I fly to Maastricht. But yeah, gonna bring you on another week. Hopefully it's something a little bit different to what you've seen before, but nonetheless I'm sure there'll be loads of curveballs in there, and you know, we could be going from gym content 1 minute to, you know, something else completely different the next minute. That's just the life I live. Your left, your right, your left, your right, your left, your right, your left. Got the 3 miler today. So the troops are 3 weeks into course. Monday morning of week 4. Got a 3 miler. They're carrying about 25 kilo. I'm not. Raced twice this weekend, so lightish scales, about 15 kilos, something like that. But I'm gonna go to the finish, film them across the line. Hopefully some sprint finishing, we'll see. As it stands, light dragoons all at the front, which is what we like to see. Let's go big finish.
Good, 26, 27, 20.
Where's he come from?
26, 37.
Nice, Bales.
Good, 26, 48. 27, 14. 27, 14. So make sure you peel in order if you can. Yeah.
This is what we like to call the Staff Sergeant Starter Pack. Monster, hula hoops, sausage roll. Not naming any names. Time is 22:51. Long day at work. Thursday evening. Gonna get in a quick session now. I've got a strength pull session, upper lower pull, featuring some deadlift. I'm not going to do the full session, so I'm racing on Saturday night. It's now Thursday night, but I'm just going to get my compound lifts in. So I'm going to do my farmer's carry, not my farmer's carry. I'm going to do my trap bar deadlift, a little bit of dumbbell bench press, and then I'm going to go into some ski erg intervals at the end just to finish off. I'll probably only be in for about 20-30 minutes. I want this to be quite short and sharp, just so I can tick something off for today. So we are going for 60% of 1 rep max. I do need to retest my 1 rep max because it was 160, but I'm pretty sure it'll be more than that now. But we've got 25, 15, 40 kilo, 80 plus. We've got 107.5 kilo on the bar, and we're just going for 3 reps, quite fast pace. Trying to move that weight as quickly as I can. We're not going too high in weight, and we're not going too high in reps, but we're just going to go and aim to be powerful. Don't want to fatigue myself too much for Saturday, but also I want to feel sharp. So that is the aim of the game for today, he says whilst wearing uniform. So yeah, 3 reps, nice and fast. the side. Good evening. Some of you are probably thinking, why are you going to train at 11 o'clock at night? Now, I wouldn't ever advise that to anybody. I'd never say, oh yeah, just squeeze in your training wherever you can. I mean, within reason, absolutely, if you've got a bit of time, but training tonight wasn't exactly optimal, but it was more about getting a one-up, like mentally, knowing that I've gone and done the session, because tomorrow I'd have been like, oh, today's been busy. I just felt, quite awake. I felt like I was in a position to go and get the session done at the time, like right now. But I mean, I've got to be up at 6 in the morning, so 6.5 hours, bearing in mind I'm not in bed yet. So I'll probably regret it a little bit tomorrow, bearing in mind I'm racing at the weekend. Definitely not optimal, but I just wanted to do something. Whether or not that was a wise decision, we're yet to find out, but I'm glad I've done it. It wasn't overly hard, it was just a bit of movement really. Typically I'd be doing 4 sets of an exercise, but that was just 2 sets. Nothing overly crazy, and just a little bit of a finisher at the end on the ski erg. I'm not going to gain anything from that from a performance standpoint, but I'm not really going to lose anything from not doing the session. I think mentally more, it's like there's more gain there having done something. So yeah, happy. I think I'm going to treat myself to a protein cookie actually. Let's have a look. Going to put all my kit in the wash. Going to get in the shower, and I'm going to have a protein cookie in bed. 23 grams of protein, white chocolate chip, protein brownie. So yeah, a little bedtime snack. If you're wondering what's going on here, it's Battle PT. Currently they're carrying sandbags. They're going to drop those, and they're going to do some more stuff after that. But this is all about teamwork. Come on, I don't want to be that guy. Who wouldn't want to be doing this? Look at the views. Nah, I'm only joking. Classic.
Let's get low, get fast, catch up, man at the back, let's move!
Look at the spectacular views.
Good work in the front!
Good morning everybody. I realise that I've not actually come on air probably in a few days. Filmed a little bit of PT yesterday, but actually talking or explaining what is going on, I've not really done a great deal this week. Nonetheless, we are at Heathrow Airport. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's have a look what I can see outside. I've not even checked the view. Okay, very nice, very busy as expected. Yeah, so I'm at the Holiday Inn, Heathrow. I'm flying to Maastricht today via Amsterdam. So yeah, I've got about 5-6 hours of travelling to do. So yeah, no concerns really, apart from sleep. Sleep has not been great, but that's my own fault. Going to the gym the other night, not ideal, but I wanted to, sort of more mentally, if anything. Sorry, I've got hair in my eye. It's really doing my head in. And yeah, last night, obviously getting here about 10 o'clock, up at 4:45. But I'm going to get to Maastricht this afternoon and get my head down at the hotel. But, oh my God, that's doing my head cleaning. Got it. So yeah, that's the plan. Travel to Maastricht, get to Maastricht, get my head down, or try to at least. I can never sleep before a race. And then I'm racing tonight at 7:20. But yeah, plan now, go get some breakfast, a good breakfast. The food I had yesterday was just not ideal. Breakfast wrap in the morning, a couple of squaddy bars for lunch. If anyone's on it, doesn't know what a squaddy bar is, basically it's a flapjack. 2 flapjacks, all the carbs. And then last night I had a chicken wrap, and then I got here and I had a piri chicken burger. So this morning I need to eat some like fruit, some oats, like good quality carbs. That's the plan this morning. I've still got time, like nutrition is not out the window completely. I've still got plenty of time to make sure that's right for the race. Right, here is the gen. Here is the gen, okay? Short for, come on. Here's some genuine information. What am I talking about? Right, I'm not gonna be an overshare on this channel, all right? But some things need to be discussed. Oh dear. What is going on with this door? Oh, nightmare. Oh. Nah, I'm off it. I'm literally meant to be going down to the ground floor. I've been pressing 6 the whole time and not moving. Worry too much about explaining this situation that's really, which is really alarming. Right, I'll try again. Basically, someone got on the lift with me and I flapped. Yeah, what was I saying? Some things are left better on sharing. However, this one's up for discussion. Got my head on every corner here. Basically, what it is I forgot to pack toothpaste. Problem, big problem. Didn't have a chance to buy it last night when I got here at like 10:30. And this morning, I'm now on the way to the airport, so best believe that's priority number 1, is brush these pegs ferociously. Anyway, I've probably masked the smell with 3 hearty bowls of carbohydrates and a big coffee, so yeah, that's the plan. Get through security without dishing out any of my nuclear fallout breath, and then buy some toothpaste in the departure lounge and go and brush these teeth. I did another little breath deflector. We have arrived in Maastricht. Finally, delayed flight, but we've got here in the end. You could probably hear me speak. It's very echoey in here. It's like a teenage boy's bedroom, black walls, a teenage boy that likes listening to My Chemical Romance. That's what this room is giving. Here we go again.
Good evening, team. As expected, I came out here solo, so you wasn't going to get any, I don't know if you can hear me, but you wasn't going to get any race content. But yeah, the race went really, really well. Very well, actually. Exceeded expectation. I got a 57.18, 4th overall, first in my age category. So ticked off one of my objectives actually for this season was to place first in my age category in a pro race. So really pleased with that. As you can see, proper athlete. I've got a beer in hand. But yeah, just loved it. Felt really good on the runs. The stations felt good. Everything just felt really controlled. And each time I find something new that I need to work on. So if I can fix my farmer's carry and my wall balls, that's a minute there, and that puts me right in contention. So I think after that race, I don't know where I'll end up being, probably about 25th in the world. So yeah, really happy with that. The plan is now a couple of beers, some food, podiums at 10:30, which is in about 50 minutes, and then yeah, we'll see what happens. But
Good morning, everybody. It's time to refuel and return home. Nice big plate of scrambled egg and bacon, and a bit of goodness as well. When I eat and I go to like hotel buffets, what I try and do is just try and get as much colour on my plate as possible. I've not really done well there because there's loads more colour up there, but colour on my plate within reason of stuff that I actually like eating. So that's what we've got today. Just gonna take a nice stroll through Maastricht now on the way to the train station. Gonna get a train to Amsterdam, fly from Amsterdam to London City, get the, I don't know what line it is, I think it's the DLR or Elizabeth line, in the vicinity of Paddington, and then head back to Warminster. yeah, I don't know if I gave you much of a debrief last night because it was really loud. I can't really remember what I spoke about, but just in case I haven't really spoke too much about the race was really good. Obviously you guys know I've had a bit of a difficult month with training. Not the end of the world, it is what it is. Trying to manage my time and manage training has been quite a challenge. I thought I would be able to get more training in, but I haven't been able to, which is fine. Like I say, it's absolutely fine because that's the job that I'm doing. Well, it looks really nice out here. If you've never been to Maastricht before, here we go. So yeah, that's the job I'm doing. But yeah, more about the race. So I always run my first run at a pace where I feel like I've got more to give. I'm trying to explain this in a way that I understand it, but hopefully you understand it as well. But like at an RPE, a rate of perceived exertion, I'm running at about a 7 out of 10. If I was to go max effort, which is what a lot of people do, you go into like an anaerobic energy zone, and if you go into that, it's hard to get out of it, and that's where your heart rate's just going to be high, your body's going to be producing too much lactic acid, that burny feeling in your muscles. So I go at like a nice 7 out of 10. It's probably more like a 10k pace is what I'm running out at, and then that allows me to grow into the race. Hyrox is very new, so what I see a lot of people doing these days is running that first run so fast, like really quick, and then after the sled push, sled pull, that's where they start to dip a little bit. You want every run to be nice and consistent, and you sat in a sweet spot, and that sweet spot really is your threshold zone. I mean, yeah, I'm probably a little bit above threshold, but I'm in a zone that I know I can comfortably maintain. Not comfortably, but I can maintain without having huge issues. So yeah, in terms of running, that's how I attack it. Stations felt really good, the sleds felt good. Again, it's about finding that sweet spot. You come off the sled just before your legs start burning. And for some people that can be half lengths, but for me, I was able to get a full length in. I think about another full length in, I can't really remember. And then I think I started to break it down into like halves or 3/4, but sleds felt really good. Burpees, I don't know what was going on there. I watched the world champion do his burpees on YouTube, and he uses his arms, arm swing, slows everything down and just gets good quality jumps in. And that's what I've been aiming to do, is get good quality jumping in. I used to do burpees, step up and do like this tiny little jump, and my arms would be by my side. Like the arms are big levers, so levers, I don't really know if that's the correct terminology, but they leverage some force anyway. And then the rower is the row. It's a bit of a rest station for me, that. I can talk to people whilst rowing. Sorry, I'm not big time in it, but rowing I'm good at. Farmers, yeah, just walk like a penguin and go. But that felt a little bit better yesterday. Everything just feels better. And I've been thinking about this a lot, sort of since the race. And I think, like, yeah, you can get your stations better by doing the stations and doing strength training and getting really specific in the gym. But ultimately, if you're a better runner and you can run at your normal paces and have less exertion on you, you're going to do the stations better. So I haven't had time to get better at these stations, but I have been running a bit, or still doing my threshold work, tempo work. My arm is getting really dead, by the way. But yeah, so if the running's better, your stations are going to feel easier, and that's what I think's happened yesterday. And then coming on to the lunges, I normally try to lunge through. That's just a silly thing to do. If you're strong enough to lunge through. But I seen a little tip that Aaron Woodman put on the other day about just tapping your foot as you come through. So like you lunge and tap your foot and then you lunge again. Literally a split second, and that just changed the game for me. It allowed me to maintain, I don't know what I'm more stressed about now, my indigestion or the fact my shoulder is absolutely killing me from holding up this phone that weighs about 200 grams. Yeah, lunges, lunge through, little foot tap allowed me to maintain momentum. And yeah, I just felt strong running off the lunges. And then the wall balls is what it is, just dig in, grit your teeth. I genuinely thought I was about to catch up the two front runners as well, and I think I did for a minute, but they were just stronger than me towards the end. But they're Elite 15 athletes, which means they've raced in an Elite 15 major or they've been Elite 15 before, so I'm definitely in the right direction if I'm hanging with those sort of people. So yeah, it's been a tricky month, but look, I still managed to do well. And I think it just kind of reinforces to me, I'm literally using my hand as an armrest now because it's absolutely killing me. Let's just stop for a minute. Maastricht's lovely, by the way, isn't it? I'm gonna head in that direction to the train station. yeah, I think it just reinforced the fact to me that if I can get some real consistent training in, nothing crazy. I know these people are training 20 hours a week, but all I'm after is like 12 hours a week. That'll do. If I can do that, then I think I can be a real serious contender. And look, one day you never know, I might be able to commit to it properly, but who knows. So yeah, Hyrox, Maastricht success. Don't know when the next one is. Vienna, yep, Vienna in February. Wait, we're in February now. Vienna in like 2 or 3 weeks. And then Glasgow next month. You never know, I might get the call up for a roll down position and race in a major in Glasgow, but we'll see. There's lots of elite athletes in Europe, so I'm not too confident that'll happen, but like I said, we'll see what happens. Anyway, enough chatting. I probably chewed your ears off there, but I'm going to enjoy Maastricht, get a coffee, and I'm going to go to the train station. I will just show you what we're dealing with here. If you've never been to Maastricht before, it's probably one of those little gems that no one's ever heard of. Zoe's going to be a little bit jealous that she never joined me on this trip. Hey, can't do everything together. Also guys, I don't know if I've really explained it well enough how this sort of whole Hyrox thing works, but essentially when you race in the pro division, you can qualify for something called the Elite 15, which is the best 15 athletes in the world basically. And how you qualify for that Elite 15 is your 2 quickest times create an average time. That average time then places you on a leaderboard, top 40, and 15 people get invited to race at a major, of which I think there's 4 majors in a season. And if you place on podium spots at those majors, you then get invited, or you then qualify for the World Championships in the Elite 15. To put it into perspective, I was 32nd on that leaderboard going into last night's race, and that race last night will bring my average down to about 57.40 something, which I don't know where it's going to put me, but I think from looking last night it will put me around the 25-ish mark, 24, 25, 26, something like that, which basically means I'm not far off the Hyrox Elite 15. Yeah. Seems a bit mental saying that, to be honest, because I was so obsessed with like watching anyone that was associated with Hyrox, you know, about 18 months ago. If they had a YouTube channel, I was watching it. You know, even if they had 100 views, I was watching it, just trying to get any snippet of information, anything I could about, you know, learn anything about the sport and technique and how people train. I got really obsessed. When I went away for 4 months, you know, any opportunity I had to watch someone on YouTube, that's what I did. So, yeah, hopefully that explains it a bit better, which means if I'm lucky, I won't cross now. If I'm lucky, I might be fortunate enough to get invited to the Glasgow Major next month. I think I've already spoke about that, but yeah, hopefully you understand how it works now. That is Hyrox in a nutshell for people like myself that are trying to climb the ladder. Hello everybody. Using my iPhone as a camera is like a big risk. I'm just going to tap on the screen, and hopefully I've clicked on my face and I've focused the camera on myself. Because I can't see what I'm looking at, I use the back camera, so I could be in focus right now, I could be really blurry. Anyway, I'm gonna have a little gripe, okay? If you know me well, i.e. friends and family that are watching this, you'll know that I hate walking around in busy public spaces. Examples being walking through the Trafford Centre on a busy Saturday, or like walking through an airport or a train station. Don't know what it is, right? But when you drive a car or you ride a bike, you always do a shoulder check when you're sort of turning right or turning left, or you check your blind spots or whatever. I feel like the same rules need to apply when you're walking. The amount of times I'm walking in a straight line and someone just walks straight in front of me, like they're on their phone or they're distracted, they're not looking, like they don't just have a little cursory look, and that, I tell you, it grips me. Maybe it's a me problem and I just need to get over it. Life's too short to worry about stuff like that. But yeah, if you're one of those people, just check your blind spots. Even when I get up off of a chair, I check. I don't know, maybe I'm just a weirdo. But yeah, anyway, I'm at London. I've just come to the Mad Bishop in Bear in Paddington to get myself a bite to eat, and I've even treated myself to a Guinness. Why not? And I'm going to refuel Oh, the Guinness is here. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. I tend to split the G on this, but I'm not actually going to do that because I'm on my own. Let's have a look. If some of you are wondering how I've gone from a 78-minute pro to a 57-minute pro in about 14 or 15 months, can't do the maths off the top of my head. November 23 is when I did pro, or October. The simple answer to that is I got a coach. For years I used to train inconsistently. I would pick a workout off of Instagram and just sort of do it, or I would just go and bolt onto someone's session or a class. Everything was done instinctively and there was no real plan, and I had no one to hold me to account. So my coach Dan, we started working together in September 2023, I want to say, basically when I started training for Hyrox. I was always getting niggles and injuries and just never had any consistency at all with training. So ever since I've been with Dan, I've always had that. If there's a day where I feel like I'm not training, I have to go and train because I don't want to let Dan down. Obviously this month's been really difficult, and you know, I felt quite bad for a lot of the time because he puts all this time and effort into my programming, and I'm not always able to reciprocate that effort and go and train because I'm so busy. But that's only been the last month. The prior, year and a half before that, I would literally do every single session to the letter, and I think that's really important. So yeah, I'll actually leave Dan's handle at the bottom of the screen so you can go and check him out on Instagram if you're looking for a coach. I also get a lot of messages about coaching. Now the difficulty for me is I've got a full-time job. I can coach. It's just a very saturated market and there is lots of coaches. I do coach people, so the answer to that really is yes and no. If I do coaching, I coach friends and family and very, very few one-to-one clients. When I say very few, I've got 4. And I'll only really do that for people that I know are going to stick to it, if that makes sense. You can't really I can't really make that assessment straight away. But when I onboard people, if there's green flags that mean that it's probably going to be a good working relationship, then I will coach them. For example, I've got a couple who have got a home gym, and one of those people in that couple are going to be doing an ultra marathon in the summer. So, they're going to have that dedicated approach to training. I've got a girl who's got a fitness account, and if you've got a fitness account and you're posting every day about fitness, then you're obviously going to stick to it. And I've got a guy from America who is desperate to get a sub 70 Hyrox time, and he sent me a very long email about coaching. So, yeah. There are obviously people that struggle with accountability and consistency, and there's coaches out there for those sorts of people that have got the time to sort of invest in that sort of interactive style of coaching. I put a lot of effort into programming people's workouts and tailoring it because I enjoy it and it's a bit of a hobby. But what I don't have the time to do is really frequent check-ins and all that sort of stuff. So ultimately that's why I don't advertise any coaching, but I can do it. I've got the credentials to do it, and yeah, that's sort of where I'm at with it. Anyway, I think I'm going to bring this vlog to a close now because I'm going to actually edit it straight after this, and I'll soon be heading back to work for the week, and then I'm going to finish a little bit earlier this week and hopefully get a long weekend. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be back on the scene, on the YouTube scene. I haven't really got anything to show you. I mean, I could just show you how I train or what I eat or that sort of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I've got no Hyrox coming up and work has gone a bit quiet, so maybe people have to give me a bit of inspiration in the comments about what you want to see, because I am enjoying vlogging. I'm enjoying showing you what I get up to. So yeah, let me know. Other than that, the next sort of Hyrox thing that's coming up is in Vienna in a few weeks' time, but if there's anything you want to see in particular, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for those that have watched and you've got this far. Please like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and it'll just help me to continue doing this stuff. And yeah, I'm really enjoying YouTube at the minute. I say at the minute like I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it now, this is my 4th week of doing it, and I'm loving YouTube. People keep saying to me, YouTube is the place to be, and I think they're right. So yeah, thanks for the support so far. I'm going to enjoy this Guinness. I'm going to enjoy my chicken burger that's en route and my sticky toffee pudding, and I'll catch up with you all at another time.